Next in the series about getting our VRD running, it is time to get our radio on. And I got this AX3 from eBay. I think the eBayer actually contacted me. I was like, hey, I can get you more of these if you want me to look for them, which is pretty cool. And I'm gonna try to bind this to the HK GT2R. It should work. Let's see if it does. All right, so I'm not gonna clean up any wiring yet, but to bind these new radios, it needs power. The ESC also needs to be in the proper channel, channel 2, not channel 3. We want our bind plug in this bind channel 3 portion. And then what we're gonna do is we plug in our power, and we should see a blinking light. Hey, blinking light. Hey, blinking. All right. Next up, we need to hit the bind button on the AX3 radio and then turn it on. Solid light, it works. All right, so now we unplug this, we pull out our bind plug, we turn this off, we turn this back on, we plug this back in, making sure we don't plug it in backwards. All right, it's got signal. We need to make sure our throttle trim is in the middle. Probably. Which, there we go. All right, now which way? Is my motor wired in forwards? It's wired in forwards. Look at that. Oh, I got lucky. I got so lucky. All right, let's make sure that we got that in about there. We do have dual rates on our radio. Neat. I don't know which way it needs to be. And then of course we got our steering trim, which I will deal with that later because we don't have a steery thing on there. Nothing. All right, so here we go. I am interested in how good the low speed resolution is going to be on this. So the ESC has great low speed resolution, but this radio being a very inexpensive radio, it may kind of like jitter our signal, and we'll notice, yeah, you see how this is like starting and stopping. Maybe you can see that on camera. Like it's not the smoothest, but once you get into it, it's very smooth. So I think this will work just fine. I mean, that's plenty of low speed resolution for me. It's a good bit of throttle movement. Oh, for a second, I saw this shaft rotating. I was like, what did I do wrong? Because I thought it was one of those. Yeah, it rotates, all right, yeah. Yeah, I think that'll be enough wheel speed, probably. Yeah. We could test it. Let's see, right now this is an 1800 kV motor. I'm running on 3S. Yeah, let me just bolt some tires up real quick. I want to see how much wheel speed it has. Because if it doesn't have enough wheel speed, now would be the time to change out the motor to a faster motor. Because we did just get in the 2250 kV revolvers in the same team spec. I didn't plan on doing that. And then enough people are like, hey, I need 2250 kV. So yeah, we got them made. Let's see, where's my wheels? Where's my tires? Do I have them? Do I need to do something? I may still need to build them up. That could be why I don't have any on there right now. I don't want to steal them from something else. All right, let's just see if these bolt up. I'll need to weigh these. I forget which ones are front and back. These are the wheels that were on this guy. So they should bolt up, but will they rub? Oh boy, yeah, they're gonna rub. I need some wider hexes or whatever they're called. I'm sure it would work in the rear with no problem. That's gonna be super narrow if I did that. Let's just put them on backwards. Leave your comments down below about how much you hate the tires being on backwards. Why aren't you going in? There we go, there we go. Cool. Well, that's not even thread it in all the way. What is it hitting? It must be hitting something. Yeah, all right, so I'll need wider hexes or wider hubs on these wheels if I want to use these wheels, which, why not? Why not? What other options do we have? I mean, I've got a plethora of wheels and tires laying around here. All sorts of options. Oh yeah, here's something. This is Hyrax. We got a stack of Hyrax right here. And some wheels as well. So I wonder if these are going to rub. I don't have them bolted in, so we're just going to do like this and see if they rub. This is a Vanquish wheel, so that does not rub. So we could just use these. I've got a stack of those. Yep, I guess that's going to be the next thing. Yeah, I'll just continue on without the wheels is what I'll do. Whoa. All right, well, we're just gonna move that a little bit there. That's dangerous. All right, so we will need a servo. We will need wheels, and then I guess we're good. But here's the big question. Got some parts in from Vanquish. Of course, these were not released when I originally built the vehicle, but what we have here is a motor on axle mount for our servo, but this one puts it backwards, so it lowers your servo down. And it's behind the axle mount, right? We got 3 of these, and then we have one of these, which is the VFD stubby kit. So this kit actually moves your motor mount backwards, and it is a maximum of 35 millimeter motor length, which is a little bit longer than what the Revolver 540M is. So they actually developed this with a few motors in hand, and one of them was my motor. So I guess this is the question. Do we take things apart and put on this stubby motor kit and the BTA servo mount, or do we just move forwards with the build as it is? I tell you what, on this build, I'm gonna wait for your vote. I'm gonna wait for your vote on that. I will work on some other stuff, and y'all are gonna have to comment down below. Do you want me to go ahead and install this onto it? There's nothing else that it goes on. So, I got a couple of these for other builds, like, rebuilding one of these with the F10 axles. And since I'm building it, I can kind of do whatever I want to with it, as far as, well, the transmission is going to be in the center, so it's obviously not going to be in the way, and I won't need anything like this. So we'll just have this mount. Yeah, y'all tell me, would you build it with that? As it sits right now, it's going to have a little bit higher center of gravity, but it's also going to have a little bit more forward center mass. So that's the trade-off. You either get a lower center of gravity with this kit, or you get a more forward center mass by having your motor further forwards and your servo slightly forward. So yeah, y'all help me out here. What would you do on this build? Would you go with that stubby kit, or would you build it as is? And I'm going to do what is ever most popular in the comments, actually. And in the meantime, I am going to move on to another part of this build. So there we go. We're going to move on. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.